All right, hey folks. So my name's Ian Kennedy. I'm COO at a company called Trizic. Trizic is a B2B digital advice platform. And so when you think about digital advice, what is that? Well, it's an emerging market segment that allows wealth management advice, obviously, to be delivered digitally. And so there's some firms in the space right now who are very much sort of at the cutting edge of this in the B2C space, firms like Betterment Wealthfront, Personal Capital. Our platform is intended to empower existing relationship holders, existing fiduciaries, existing financial services companies and entities with the same set of solutions that these B2C providers are out there offering. And so from a B2C perspective, what this looks like is a website where a customer comes and engages. They're able to get some information about wealth management services that are offered by a firm, and then sign up for those firms and begin funding, or those services and begin funding an account. Our platform, again, allows existing incumbent institutions, financial services institutions like banks, credit unions, and RIAs to do the same thing on behalf of their clients. And so we offer a white label solution that's consumer facing, that allows clients to come onboard themselves, identify an investment mix that's appealing to them, and begin opening and funding an account. In addition to that, we have a firm portal that allows firms to administer this site, administer the advice that they're delivering, and manage those relationships that are brought on board. Our platform facilitates the delivery of advice through integrations with what are called custodians and record keepers in the wealth management industry. Some of the names out there and some of the integrations that we have are with Apex Clearing, with TD Ameritrade Institutional, with Charles Schwab, as well as with Fidelity National Information Services. If you look at the market segments that we service, there's a couple of different segments. So the sort of core of our business was originally founded around RIAs, and these are registered investment advisors. These are the individuals who typically in the industry will deliver advice to clients and have a traditional wealth management relationship predicated on wealth management advice and financial planning. There are also enterprises that we work with. So one of the major names that we work with in the enterprise space is John Hancock Manulife. They're a client of ours. They use our platform to deliver advice digitally as well. They're what we would call either an insurance broker-dealer or a broker-dealer. And so these are organizations with a little bit larger scale that typically are composed of those RIAs that I spoke about a moment ago. Then the final market segment are banks and credit unions and other financial institutions. These are institutions that traditionally have financial relationships with customers but aren't necessarily offering wealth management advice. Or if they are, they're offering wealth management advice to a very specific market segment of customers, i.e. folks with higher net worth. And so one of the things that digital advice does, and one of the things that our platform does, is allow those institutions to offer advice at an earlier stage in the relationship with the client, because you're engaging digitally, you're automating workflows, and you're creating operational efficiency. And so what this means for the market specifically is that you're able to address customer needs earlier in their financial life cycle. So if you think about, for example, somebody coming out of college, they may have a lot of student debt, they may be getting their first job, just beginning to think about savings. And in the traditional model, you need to have about $250,000 to engage with an advice provider, whether it's an RIA, a bank, or a broker-dealer. Our platform allows those institutions, those individual service providers, to lower the cost of advice delivery and therefore take on clients at an earlier stage. So it may be a student who maybe only has $5,000 to invest annually, but has the potential to become a high net worth individual, or at least somebody with meaningful assets to invest down the road. So starting that relationship earlier in the life cycle of an individual client. We're also providing some operational efficiencies. We have some portfolio trading algorithms, so if it's something that's interesting to folks watching this, we do have a data science team that is looking at trading algorithms, trade operations, portfolio rebalancing, performance, and data processing as a key component of our solution. We own our entire technology stack end to end, so whether it's our onboarding process, the front end, the website, the back end, that firm portal I talked about, or the portfolio trading engine I was just describing, we control all of that. So in terms of who we're looking for and the skills that we're looking for, obviously folks with Java backgrounds from a computer science perspective, front-end engineers, React, Angular experience, as well as people who are interested in the product side of things, so the business dimensions of wealth management and digital advice delivery. So if you're interested in getting into the wealth management space, financial services space, this is certainly an interesting area to cut your teeth and get exposed to that sector. And then the other component would obviously be data scientists, right? Mathematicians, hardcore quants, people engaged in those areas of study. In terms of why I think we're an interesting organization to work for, we're a startup, we're a small organization, we're based in San Rafael, which is right across the bay from Berkeley here. But I think more broadly we're an interesting organization because we are a group of tried and true operators. So while we're a startup and we have a startup mentality, much of our management team is composed of individuals who have successfully founded and exited their own startups. So our current CEO is Drew Sievers. Drew was the founder of M-Foundry, which was one of the largest mobile banking solution providers in the US. And that organization was acquired by FIS, and it continues to be an extremely successful part of their business. Our CRO, Steve Lusick, is founder of a company called Nirvana Solutions, which offered hedge fund solutions. Our CTO, Steve Mays, has been involved with numerous successful startups and technology organizations. And then myself, I was an employee of Drew at M-Foundry and obviously now COO at Trizic. And so, I think in terms of what we can offer is, I think, the best of both worlds. That startup atmosphere, the ability to get involved with an organization in early stage, contribute in a meaningful way, but also get involved with an organization that is mature and has a operating model and a group of operators associated with it who can effectively realize, I think, the vision that we're espousing and some of the things that we want to accomplish. So that's sort of the background on Trizic, and again, certainly interested in engaging with the Berkeley community and folks interested in job positions as well as internships with our organization.
My name is Viswa. I work for Redlock. I head the engineering team. Redlock is on a mission to make cloud computing more secure. We are essentially a governance and security platform which enables enterprises to adopt cloud much more. So security is the number one concern today when it comes to enterprises moving to cloud. So Redlock essentially helps them to make that an easy decision. Our platform looks for insider threats and attacks on cloud infrastructure, and more than that, we enable our customers to create an infrastructure which is very secure and is immune to attacks. We are a Series A company. We are funded by Dell Capital, and we are based out of Menlo Park. Redlock, we are always looking for smart engineers. At this point, we are looking for security researchers for internship, and also developers who are willing to be interns or full-time. What we are up to at Redlock is something really next generation when it comes to how the security market or security products are evolving. Today, many enterprises want to push their software into production much more faster than ever before. We have known about customers who push production software every hour, maybe multiple times an hour. So what happens when companies are trying to move faster is that they tend to make mistakes on security. So essentially, Redlock's platform is to enable these companies to move at the same pace they want to move while not compromising on security. In terms of what kind of skills are we looking for? We're looking for people who are great programmers, people who love solving challenging problems. Many of our platform is driven by machine learning and data science to enable us to find all those bad actors in the infrastructure. So anybody who's up for a challenge and who's willing to kind of think out of the box, and roll up their sleeves and contribute, Redlock is a great place to be. In terms of our stack, we're looking for people who know, who can write good code in Java, Python, or Scala. If you're looking for a security research position, people who know a lot about security and security testing, and also a lot about infrastructure, cloud infrastructure. So that's kind of what we're looking for security research positions. Redlock is a very fun place to work. We thrive on two important core values, which are ownership and transparency. Most people we hire, we want them to be their own boss, look at what they're working on to be their baby, think about it more strategically, but operate more tactically. That's kind of what we think about, and we encourage people to take risks when it comes to the solution or the way they solve the problems, and not be afraid of failure. That's kind of what we do when it comes to ownership. Transparency is I think the most important thing which enables everybody at Redlock to be more driven towards ownership, because you can then make your own decisions and you know what it is. So at Redlock we share a lot of information, almost everything we can, with every single employee. The idea is that the transparency will help with ownership, right? And that's kind of what we are hoping that will enable in terms of culture. So if you're up for solving interesting problems, helping cloud be more secure, come talk to us. Also go to careers.redlock.io to look at all of the positions and apply. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Vinod. I'm the CTO here at Cloudless. Cloudless provides unified APIs that enable developers to connect to several different software services with a single integration. So for example, we have a cloud storage API that enables developers to integrate over 30 different cloud storage products into their software application with a single implementation. We have a bunch of different APIs beyond that as well. So we're primarily here looking for DevOps engineers, back-end software engineers with experience with web application development, also front-end engineers with experience with frameworks like React, Vue, Angular, those kind of services. And we're looking for folks who are interested in summer internships. Our offices are located in Berkeley, actually. We're a Berkeley-based startup. All of our co-founders are from Cal. We just closed a Series A in January, so we're expanding fast. A small team of 10 people right now. We're looking for summer internships, or I should say, people who can commute to our offices in University and Shattuck. So if you're here for the summer or even during the school semester, we'd love you to join and be part of our team, moving pretty fast in the API development space.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael Schultz. I'm from PayJoy. We are a financial technology company located in San Francisco. Our financial technology in particular is lending, and our twist on lending is that we use Android and iOS technology to turn a smartphone into collateral for a loan. What that means is that we have an app that we have developed that allows us to remotely control the phone, and in the case that a borrower who borrows money from us does not make repayments, we have the ability to use the technology on the phone, to use our app on the phone, iOS and Android devices, to remotely disable the device, remotely disable the phone, providing a very high incentive for the borrower to make repayments, as most borrowers do not like being without the use of a cell phone. In today's world, most people feel that their cell phone is of great utility to them and are strongly incentivized to make repayments on a loan that they're obligated to make repayments on, if failing to make those repayments is going to cause their device to not be usable. So that's our technology. We are an international company in the sense that we have partnerships and operations all over the world, currently the US and Mexico and India, Indonesia upcoming very shortly, and a number of countries in Africa have carriers and retailers that will be using our technology in the very near future to extend credit to borrowers. Our company is basically a tech company and a financing company, so we have a need for a number of different kinds of skills in our company, engineering in particular. So we are looking for computer science majors to work in our software development team as well as our risk and analytics team. We do quite a bit of machine learning and risk analysis of our borrowers in order to determine creditworthiness and loan parameters, meaning how much we're willing to extend in credit, what the down payment requirements will be, things of that nature to determine the type and character of the loan that we will make to a given borrower. We do quite a bit of machine learning and data science in order to come up with our underwriting models, our risk underwriting models. So we have a number of different types of technologies that we work with. We're a PHP shop as well as a Python shop. We use Angular on the front end, and Android and iOS, of course, on the app side. So we're looking for a number of different types of engineers, basically. We are located at 3rd and Townsend in San Francisco. We're a fun place to work right there in the South of Market District, where all the tech is happening, all the tech that matters is happening in the world right now. And we have a great environment to work in right across from AT&T Ballpark in Soma, and we'd love for you to contact us. We are at pagejoy.com/jobs.
Hey everyone, my name is Julie. I'm the Chief Consumer Officer at Evidation Health. I focus on leading our achievement team, which is our core consumer offering that helps put users in the center of their health and help empower them to control their own health journey. Evidation is a company, like I said, that's founded on this premise that putting the user in the center of health and empowering them through data to get connected to the right opportunities to enhance their health will make everyone in the community healthier. We have two sides to our core business. The first is our consumer offering, like I mentioned, Achievement, which is an app that you can download on the App Store, Google Play, and also on the web that will allow you to connect all of your devices, wearables, anything that you use to kind of engage with your own health, centralize all that information in a single place, and earn points that you can redeem for cash based on your engagement with your health. We also use that information to help connect you to opportunities that help advance you on your health journey. We also have a core research side of our business that uses both the information from Achievement as well as partnerships with pharma, digital health, and life sciences companies to do clinical grade research that ends up in peer-reviewed publications to help understand what's working for whom and how much. We have in-house data science and health outcomes research teams that really get to the core at some of these issues and use our best-in-class software to run studies virtually distributed across the country. We're really eager to bring on new individuals. We're looking for folks across the board, software, data science, design, product management, internships, and full-time, depending on the job function. And we really hope to hear from you soon. So thanks so much for your time.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin Lim. I'm the Director of Professional Services and Solutions Engineering at a very exciting startup called IoTeam. IoTeam's a 3-year-old startup, about 30 employees today. We're headquartered in Santa Clara, California. We're looking to grow to 60 by the end of the year. We are the innovation leaders in secure IoT networking and security. Essentially, the problem statement that we aim to solve as a company is to provide a reliable, scalable, and easy to deploy means for our customers to get data from IoT devices up to the cloud and vice versa. You should work at our company and apply to us because we are a very dynamic environment. You'd be working with a team of industry professionals, folks that have come from some of the most well-known companies in the Valley, including Juniper Networks, Cisco, Google, and Facebook. And we've all come together with the purpose of building a great startup company to satisfy our company's needs, our customers' needs. I love working at IoTeam because it's an extremely dynamic place. Whether it's technical learning that you're looking for or advancing your career, gaining mentorship from great engineers and business leaders, IoTeam is definitely the place to be.
Hi, my name is Arlo. I'm from Re-Meeting. We are a spin-out from a research group here at Berkeley that does automatic speech recognition. In particular, we're looking at recognizing multi-speaker conversations in situations like web conference, telephony, and in-person meetings. We are hiring for back-end engineering positions, internships, as well as business development internships. The skills we're looking for are primarily for engineers Python. It helps if you also have experience with C++ and shell scripting. It's very helpful if you've taken the classes CS 188 and 189. And for full-time positions, we're looking for people who want to learn about automatic speech recognition. We'll teach you these technologies, make you part of our team that's kind of leading the state-of-the-art in this field. For business development internships, it's basically just an eagerness to help us figure out our go-to-market strategy, help us develop our sales pipeline, things like that. We are based in Berkeley, so right near campus. We're funded by Google, which thought that we had really good search technology and liked our team. And we are looking to basically grow quickly in this evolving space of web conferencing.
Hi, my name is Richie Garopedian. I'm the Talent Acquisition Manager with RideCell. We're a startup based in San Francisco, founded in 2009. And the business has pivoted several times over the last decade, and our current technology is a platform for mobility. So we run car sharing, ride sharing, and autonomous services for customers like BMW, AAA, Volkswagen, and Renault. As well as universities and corporate campuses as well. Actually, UC Berkeley uses our software to run Bearwalk. So we're about 100 employees today, and we're really growing. So we're in a hyper-growth phase and looking for preferably graduating seniors with technical backgrounds, computer science, or software engineering degrees who are interested in summer internships or potential full-time roles. These roles span across mobile, iOS, and Android engineering to back-end and front-end UI development. So if you're interested in re-architecting transportation around the world and joining a hyper-growth startup, this could be a great opportunity for you. Again, we're based in San Francisco in a fun startup environment, and we'd love to hear from you.
Hey everybody, I'm Thea. I'm here on behalf of Volta Charging, and I am their HR and recruitment administrator. We're here at Berkeley Startup Fair for the second time. I'm excited to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. So Volta is the world's largest network of free-to-use electric vehicle charging stations. So all of the people that use our stations are able to come, plug their cars in, and get some juice free of charge. We make our revenue, again, not through charging our customers for the use of our station, but through having partnerships with different advertisers that run ads on our station. So essentially they're sponsoring the charge for our customers. We place our stations in high foot traffic areas, shopping plazas, grocery stores, places like this. So not only are the users seeing the advertisements that are on our stations, but also passerbys as well. So not only is it incentivizing to the customer because the charging is free, it's also incentivizing to the advertisers that we partner to run their ads on our stations. For this spring career fair here at Berkeley, we are recruiting specifically for software engineers, so internship candidates specifically, and looking for individuals who can help us work on and build out our mobile application, which we recently launched a completely new version of. So super exciting space to be, and able to kind of really make a dent with our software engineering team on improving how our mobile app is used. So regardless of whether we're bringing on a student or a full-time employee, the reasons why someone would enjoy working for our company are pretty much all the same. We have a really amazing culture. We want to hire and bring on people who contribute to the overall excitement that everyone has who's currently working for the company. We all buy into the same mission of making free-to-use charging extremely accessible for not only our current customers but future customers as well. We find it very important to be able to support the growth of the electric vehicle industry, which is rapidly growing in size. So a really, really cool place to be at a really, really interesting point in time for the electric vehicle industry. We have an extremely collaborative team, and we want to bring somebody in who can jump in and become a part of the team. If you're an intern and you come into Volta, it's not going to feel like you're an intern. We want to bring people in who have the skills and the skills possible to just keep the workflow going.
Hi, so I'm Yoko. I'm from Poshmark over in Redwood City. We are a peer-to-peer selling marketplace for fashion goods. So the idea is anyone can go into their closet, pick out a bunch of fashion items that they don't use anymore, and then directly list them online using their phone or computer. And when any of those items sell, you can just directly sell them to or send them to your buyer. So it's a little bit like eBay or Etsy, except we do have this added social component where people are encouraged to really engage with other users on the platform, whether that means following each other's closets, sharing each other's stuff, styling each other, stuff like that. So it's like shopping but with meaningful connections made along the way. And so I personally am a back-end platform engineer for a company. We use a Rails app that kind of powers everything that our app does, and that connects to all of our apps. So I'm working on the server stuff. And in terms of hiring positions, so we are hiring web engineering interns, full stack interns, as well as some data science internships and a whole bunch of engineering full-time roles that you can find online. And in terms of why you should work at our company or why I like working there, this is actually my first job out of college, so I graduated last May. And I really like working at Poshmark because the team is super helpful and friendly, and I feel like I'm working on exciting projects all the time, and that everyone's really there to help me out, which is definitely something to look for in an internship or a full-time position straight out of college. And yeah, no, I like it a lot. I've pretty much worked with most of the members of the engineering team at this point because we kind of mix and match members of the team according to the project as well as the product managers. So I've worked with pretty much all of our product managers. And because our company's around 200 people right now, which is somewhere in between small and big, I have a lot of opportunity to really work directly with a lot of the other departments at our company. So I can run upstairs and work on features with marketplace operations or marketing or community support, which is a lot of fun. And I also really like working at Poshmark because it's an app that I use, that I've been using for a couple of years now, and I can tell that the work that I do has an impact on people, and especially people like myself. And also I love fashion, and secondhand clothing is something that I've felt really passionately for a long time now because it's a lot more sustainable than buying things retail. I think the average American throws out 82 pounds of textile waste every year. So anything that you can do to curb the amount of stuff that's just thrown out is really awesome. And I think people don't give sustainable fashion the credit it deserves because when considering the fashion industry is so wasteful. So that's a bunch of reasons why I like working at Poshmark.
I'm Caroline Winnett, the Executive Director of Berkeley Skydeck, the campus's largest official startup accelerator located in downtown Berkeley. Perhaps you've seen our wonderful building with our big Skydeck sign glowing and lighting the way for Berkeley entrepreneurs. So what do? We are the campus program for startups. So we accelerate startups coming from UC Berkeley. We love all startups, any type, any industry, any stage. At any given time, we have about 100 startups at Skydeck. So we have lots of room for lots of entrepreneurs. That means we have a lot of startups who are looking for interns and employees, and we especially love Cal Bears. I'm a Cal Bear myself, must add that, very important. So we would love to talk to students who'd like to connect with our startups for internships, and this can be anything from technical, engineering, science, biotech, to business, market development, product development, to just about any interest, design, etc. We like undergrads, we like grad students, and we have some formal programs for students to engage with our startups, such as the Haas Startup Squad, where we connect MBAs to our students. And we have informal programs, we have meet and greets, and the startups at Skydeck are always asking me, how do I meet these brilliant Berkeley students? I would love to have them come and intern at my company, and maybe they'll come join me as a co-founder and help support Berkeley startups by becoming big and famous and growing huge. And let me tell you how that's going to help Berkeley. Skydeck just launched the Berkeley Skydeck Fund. The Berkeley Skydeck Fund invests in all the startups at Skydeck and will donate 1/2 of fund profits to campus. So if your startup is successful, you help our wonderful Berkeley campus. We are also at Skydeck always looking for interns for Skydeck itself. And we have lots of really fun things to do. Everything from helping us bring events, for example, Cal Founders, like the founder of Nextdoor is going to be at Skydeck today, or helping us with our fund, with tracking our portfolio. So if you want to be a VC, it's a great place to hang out. Or if you just want to find out what's hot in the startup world, that's what we're all about at Skydeck.
So my name is James. My company is CSPA. CSPA stands for Computer Science Proficiency Assessment. You can go to our website at cspa.io. And what we do is we build an exam framework for computer science and software engineers. So what we do is we partner with employers who are hiring software engineer interns and full-time positions to help place and find students for them. So what we do differently is we don't directly just forward people's resumes to them. We actually test them. So students, particularly Cal students, take our exam here on campus, and then we forward those exam results as well as the resume to these companies. And what the companies get is they get something that is more detailed than just a resume. Because to companies, resumes look fairly similar and it's very hard to stand out. But by adding a quantitative component to it, companies can better tell who would be a good fit for them. Yeah, so we offer 2 internship positions for the summer. They're full stack, they're web positions, either full stack or front end or back end. Our technology is built on AWS. We run Node and Express as our framework. And in the front end, we use standard HTML, CSS. We also use React.js. Our interns could be doing like a mobile app in React Native. They could be working on our back end, integrating new APIs and writing new APIs. They could be reaching out to more students. They could be helping us vet out our questions and so on. So our internship role is pretty flexible. We are a small company, so we're flexible with whatever helps the intern the most. For our other companies, we have a lot of AI companies. We have large companies, small companies. They're in fintech, they're in media, and so on. Like Affirm is a fintech company. Crunchyroll is an anime streaming company. We have a lot of YC companies doing a lot of AI work. So whatever you feel like fits your needs or whatever is interesting to you, consider taking a CSPA test.
All right. Hi, I'm Mira and I work at Fountain. So Fountain is a hiring automation platform. And what makes us a little bit different from other hiring automation platforms and like applicant tracking systems is that we cater specifically to the needs of companies that are hiring really large hourly workforces. So for instance, like companies like Grubhub and Uber and Safeway, our clients, they're hiring not only huge quantities of hourly workers, they're also experiencing really high turnover in those roles. So basically what we do is we build a platform through which they can funnel their applicants in like the most automated way possible. So automating communication with applicants and automating like communication, interview scheduling, background checks, all sorts of stuff. basically just with the goal of reducing the strain on the resources of the HR teams of those companies, as well as shortening time to hire, improving the quality of hire. Yeah, so that's like the brief overview of what we do. So as far as certain roles that we're currently interested in hiring, we are definitely looking for engineers. Full stack is great. If you are more specialized, also definitely willing to have a conversation. As well as super interested in hiring anyone who's interested in business development, sales, anything like that. Definitely reach out. Yeah, so also other roles, we are a young team, and if it's the right fit and both of us are excited about the opportunity to work together, then really it's just a matter of having that conversation for whatever role you're interested in. So as far as why to work at Fountain, so I have worked at Fountain now since last summer, and I'm actually still a student. So I'm a Berkeley student, and I'm working part-time as an intern. And what I can tell you is that my experience at Fountain has been it's just been so positive. I started there without a whole lot of knowledge of the startup space, and was totally mentored and helped through my entire learning process in a really supportive way, and just learned a ton with really great people. That's honestly one of the #1 reasons that I love my coworkers. And then beyond that, it's also just such a strong product. There's such a strong atmosphere and culture of wanting to be interrupters and wanting to not only be happy with our product, which is already strong and really doing well in the competitive marketplace, but also really wanting to continue to make moves to keep our product competitive and just as great as it currently is. And for what it's worth, as a recommendation, I've worked there for 9 months now, part-time, and I am working there in September once I graduate. So I'm sticking around. I love it here, and if you're interested in working here too, definitely reach out. And if you just want to talk about startups, it also sounds great to me. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Asa. I'm the CTO at Parsley Software. We're a small startup, 4 people, only 2 of us on site, based in Oakland, right on top of 19th Street Park. We're writing an app for restaurants that automates a lot of the work that a chef right now will do in pen and paper or with a spreadsheet. For example, they'll enter in their recipes, they'll enter in their suppliers, and we will spit out for them the food cost %. That's of whatever price they charge to the customer, how much is going to their raw materials. Or then they can enter in demand, and we can spit out a purchase order ready to send to every single one of their suppliers. We're looking for a full stack software engineer. Most of our work will be dealing with a JavaScript browser-side UI, Scala on the back end. We're looking for someone full-time. We're not at the size yet where we can really support an internship program. And at our size, we're also looking for a generalist, someone who's interested in doing a little bit of everything, who's interested in taking a feature, designing the data model, designing the UI, based on their own understanding of the customer's use case. I hope that sounds interesting to you.
Hi, I'm Krista. I am from Asana. We are a work tracking tool based out of San Francisco. Essentially, our goal is to make work easier and allow teams to be able to work more efficiently. So we are looking for software engineering, interns and new grads. We also have teams hiring for data science and PMs as well. And we are based out of San Francisco, like I mentioned. We're just currently under 300 employees, and one of the things that I love about my company is that we are a very empowered work culture. So without having to move up into a new role or into a new opportunity, you can take on new responsibilities, even as a new grad, without any prior experience. Most of our new grads who come in, it's not surprising if within a year they've already become a program lead for their team. So it's a very empowering work culture. It's really great and easy to get to see how a company runs and works and get exposure to different teams. So I am a huge fan of that. I love our culture. We want to empower you to be yourself and who you are. Diversity is a key thing that we are building in all of our teams through our employee resource groups, our events that we host at the office and on campus as well. So I definitely would love for you to check out our website and apply to anything that seems like it might be interesting.
So I'm Alvin. I'm a software engineer at Eighth Wall. Eighth Wall is a startup based in Palo Alto, and we build developer tools for mobile augmented reality. And so what that entails is it's really building out the developer tools that would allow people who don't have the computer vision background to build out apps in mobile augmented reality. So really making it as easy as possible and getting AR into the hands of as many developers as possible, as quickly as possible. Our company's mission has been to basically break down the wall between the digital and the physical world, and to bring AR into the hands of as many consumers as possible. And so right now, AR Core and AR Kit exist through Apple and Google's interfaces. And while those provide access to AR as well, what our company really offers is it allows you to provide similar functionality to devices that these companies don't provide access to. And so AR Kit provides AR interfaces for iOS 11 Plus, while AR Core provides an SDK for AR on Android Nougat Plus, but our company is targeting iOS 7 and Android KitKat respectively. So really what that does is it allows you to provide AR for devices up to the ranges of about 2 billion versus Google, who is promising about 100 million devices by the end of winter. And so we're really just trying to bring AR to consumers as quickly as possible. And so what we're looking for students to help contribute with at Eighth Wall is not necessarily having a computer vision background, but really just helping us build out the product that we're providing for developers. And so some of the things that we're looking for are just like a strong engineering background, whether that be through previous internships or some projects that they've worked on, and people who are really passionate about AR and who are able to align well with our company's mission. And I think that's one of the favorite things that I have working at Eighth Wall, is that everyone at the company is very, very passionate about Eighth Wall and very passionate about the projects that we're working on. I've been working with some of the people that I've been working with the past few years. For some context, the company has kind of just been built out of a network of previous coworkers. So the founder was someone that I had worked with prior to at a previous company, and I really respected him. And the company kind of just like naturally fell into that kind of group, where it was just a bunch of people that we were working with in the past. And so what you'd be really gaining out of interning or working at Eighth Wall is kind of just the strong network of engineers that have had years and years of experience, and being able to get a very good resource for mentorship and just being able to learn from the people that have had years of experience.
Imagine you or someone you love has a major health problem. Your doctor wants you to see a specialist. Now imagine you don't have health insurance. Here at Mary Center and hundreds of community health centers and free clinics around the country, this is a problem we deal with each and every day. When one of our patients needs to see a specialist, we often can't find someone to see them. These patients then risk bankruptcy by paying out of pocket or wait as long as 1 year for an appointment. Time that can mean the difference between life or death. There must be a better way. I'm Dr. Shantanu Nundy. Inspired by open projects like Wikipedia, thousands of doctors around the world have joined us in solving this problem by contributing their knowledge to the Human Diagnosis Project. Now, with an alliance with the leading medical boards and societies in the country, which together accredit, license, and educate every doctor in the country, we have a solution. We will bring specialist medical expertise to the nation's uninsured by enabling 100,000 volunteer specialists to help over 3 million patients in the next 5 years. Each patient helped will add to an open software system that combines collective intelligence with machine learning to deliver these insights to anyone in the US and ultimately the world who can't afford it. It's time to empower anyone with the world's medical insight. Together.